Hey everyone, it's Marco Brown. I want to talk about my journey in finding a good SEO, PPC, AdWords, website guru. I remember when I started my law firm in 2010, I had to advertise, I had no clients, I had no network, so I just went straight to the internet and decided that that was going to be my play. So I remember I hired a guy for like $1,500 to make my website, but he didn't really do anything else, so I had to find somebody to do SEO. I started with Lexus, which is just a garbage company. They didn't do anything. So I switched from them pretty quickly. And I had to try to figure out who to use. And I realized I was interviewing these people. They all said the exact same thing. I could not differentiate at all in the marketplace who was good and who wasn't. It was like they were reading from the same script. So I just kind of went with the company that had the most people in first place, and that happened to be Westlaw. And they did pretty well for the first little bit. Things started to break down after a couple of years. I remember I asked them to make me a landing page for something. They said, well, that's not your contract. I said, can you do this for me? I've been a good customer. You just do me a solid. They said, no, you need to sign this separate contract for landing pages. I knew that was going to be a serious problem. But, kind of a dummy, I re-upped my contract with them and actually got some more services. And at that point, they just stopped doing anything at all. Anything that isn't completely cookie cutter, they absolutely won't do. So they didn't even do the things under the contract. I remember I went to them and I said, you materially breached. They got kind of mad, so I stopped paying. They sued me at that point, or they threatened to sue me, and we went through this battle of 6, 7, 8 months. Finally, they backed off, and I said, okay, well, sue me, and then we're going to get into federal court, and I'm going to ask for all of this discovery, and I'm going to plaster it all over the internet to show everybody how you do things. So they kind of backed off at that point. But during that period, I had to go find somebody else. And the way I decided to find somebody was I was just going to look at who does really, really well in the space and go ask them if I could talk with their provider, essentially. And I looked outside of lawyers, because we all tend to do the same thing. So I was looking outside of lawyers, and thankfully I have a really good business coach. He had a guy who is phenomenal, so I asked to speak with him. He kind of set that up, and I've been using him ever since, and he's been great. But I think ultimately, because we're not going to be able to differentiate as attorneys, who's doing what, I think the best way to do it is really to go to the person who's doing the best on the internet with SEO and PPC and all these things and say, hey, can I talk to your provider? And then interview the provider. That's worked best for me. So hopefully that works for you as well. I'm interested to hear if you have different strategies for finding whoever you use and how they've done for you. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.